the University of Minnesota's 20th anniversary of the Curriculum Integration Project provides the opportunity to reflect on the success and long-term impact of the work now acknowledged and emulated internationally. What came to be known as the Minnesota Model was founded upon a broad and deep collaboration with executive leadership, faculty, academic advisors, student services, and study abroad professionals, and in fact, the broader University of Minnesota community. It is with great pride that we take a moment to tell our story.
In the late 1990s, the University of Minnesota began a pilot project to test new ways to integrate study abroad into the curricula.
We're looking into increasing the numbers of study abroad and trying to think of ways to increase the numbers outside of the liberal arts, especially. And we could see that in the technical fields, such as engineering, the numbers were very, very low.
The year before the Curriculum Integration Project started in that college, one student from the entire college went abroad. Within 5 years, it was about 150 to 175. And so the exponential gains, just based on developing those relationships and identifying those opportunities, really was the path that we realized could be replicated across the university.
With the full support of top administrators, grants were pursued to fund the development of this model. Grants were awarded by the Fund for the Improvement of Post-Secondary Education, or FIPSE, and later the Bush Foundation, and the integration work expanded to nearly every college on all 4 campuses at the University of Minnesota. Past presidents Mark Yudof and Robert Brunix enthusiastically supported experiences abroad as one way to integrate international perspectives into their curriculum.
We are a large, decentralized urban campus. There are so many reasons why people said it could never work. And I think what we did was to boldly shift to, but what if it could work? What would we need in terms of removal of barriers and opportunities for students? And so you really can't highlight enough, shift to things like financial aid, having all credits abroad be resident credit, all of these pieces that were the infrastructure that once we recruited the students, it was so much easier for them to go because they didn't have those systemic barriers.
We needed to have a different approach and start to think about what the programs were, how they were discussed, and then very importantly, that the people who are helping students make decisions, namely the advisors, needed to be involved in this project.
The ability to kind of assess what a student needed, find the right match for that student, and then motivate the student to study abroad. There were a lot of people across many colleges, campuses, and support areas of the university who really learned about what study abroad was and how they could support students in their role, whether they were financial aid counselors, career advisors, or faculty.
It's not just getting students out into another country for a nice experience, but it is to enrich their lives and to help them understand better that this is not the only culture. There are many cultures, and you've got to learn to work within the culture you are living in.
I think CI was a successful approach because it put the emphasis on the students' degree programs as the starting point.
There can be no question that the Curriculum Integration Project that started here at the University of Minnesota 20 years ago changed the University of Minnesota in a positive, measurable, and sustained way. It also changed the field of international education such that the term and the concept is now commonly accepted, and it's understood to be an essential component of internationalization. Higher education undertakes many bold initiatives in the interest of development and innovation. And while each of them informs, not all of them endure. But curriculum integration continues to provide our faculty, our students, and our staff with a method by which the near and the far, the familiar and the strange, the known and the unknown can be linked in a learning environment that has the potential to change the trajectory of a student's life. We are so proud of the history of curriculum integration and really grateful to those who championed the idea when it was new. And we look forward to the next 20 years of advancing international, intercultural understanding.